Alright, it's time to talk about some action Christmas classics. It's been long enough. We've done fancy films. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's get down to the ones that are watched every year, that take place in LA, that have to do with cops, that also star Dolph Lundgren. Of course, I'm talking about I Come in Peace, aka Dark Angel. Did you think I was talking about something else? Dark Angel is a movie that when I was a teenager, I saw on TBS Superstation all the time. I remember tuning in and catching just the last few moments and getting the final punchline of the film, which is ruined in the trailer, so try to avoid that, and thinking, oh my god, this seems like the greatest movie of all time. I need to see it. I think that was even before I got my Dolph Lundgren obsession, which probably formed around my 20s and has never gone away since then. There's just something about Dolph Lundgren, the fact that he should be like the villain in most movies. That's how he started in Rocky IV, and has somehow carved a whole filmography of playing a hero, sometimes a normal guy, even though that his performance usually wouldn't lend itself to the starring role of motion picture. He's got just like a particular energy to his films that I just love out of all the like big muscly hunks that starred in pictures during this time. I Come in Peace is probably one of the first ones that I would reach for and recommend. And it takes place during Christmas. If you've never seen this movie, it is basically like an offshoot or all the pieces that would go into bigger blockbusters that are more well-remembered kind of tumble into I Come in Peace. So you have Dolph Lundgren. You also have the big German guy who was the villain in a million movies. Matthias Hughes? I think I'm saying that wrong. You got the guy that starred in the HBO series Dream On and the Radioland Murders as the sidekick. And most importantly, you have Craig R. Baxley directing. If you've never heard Craig R. Baxley's name before, you don't know stunt coordinators, because he was one of the guys that kind of pioneered a type of big pyrotechnic explosions, just in-your-face action, and he goes off the chain with this one. He's also directed Stone Cold and Action Jackson, so if you've seen those, you have a general idea of how big he can go, and I think that he's at his most kind of like streamlined with I Come in Peace. Look, he's shooting a script that supposedly was in development forever, went through a million drafts, and at the end of the day, what it's about is an alien shows up in LA, and he's killing humans to take their plasma or energy or bodily fluids to use as a drug. He only says I come in peace, and he has a device that shoots CDs out and kills people. All this on paper sounds like, do I really want to see that? But just Craig R. Baxley doing his best. Basically, the way that I explain this movie is Christmas Explosions, the movie, because there cannot be 10 minutes that go by before a giant fireball goes up in the air. I mean, going back again to Craig R. Baxley, you've seen his work. That big action scene that opens Predator, that is Craig R. Baxley. And even that scene, he's like, I just want to go all out. I want to show everything that I can do. And he kind of does that in I Come in Peace as well. All the parts, while they wouldn't be the top shelf that you would go to automatically, together here, they just work. Great villainous performance. Great everyman Dolph Lundgren. Oh, I'm kind of tired of what I'm doing. But there's still a little charismatic air about me. And, you know, the comedic sidekick, I could take him or leave him, but he's part of that whole flavor of this movie. And just like the LA 80s look to it all, and plus, the reason I'm talking about it today, it's set during Christmas. All of it together is just such a great action explosion, literally and figuratively, and is one that I always reach towards when I want to show people an action film. It's one I played during the holiday movie Mind Melter once. This is when I even hesitated because I know that it plays all the time on cable, or it used to, and that it used to be a video store staple as well. But it's, you know, for a long time wasn't anybody's favorite. I think that's changed in the years, that people have rediscovered I Come in Peace because it's a throwback to an era that just does not exist anymore. We don't get those kind of practical, big explosion movies, just in-your-face muscular anymore, because a lot of people making films, they feel like they're above it or they're trying to elevate it. None of that is present in I Come in Peace. This is a meat and potatoes movie that gives you everything that you would want. Does it have a few pacing issues? Sure. Does all the comedy work? Not really, but is there an explosion every 10 minutes like I said? Absolutely. This is like, maybe not one of the great action films, but it is one of the great Christmas set action films. And I always forget, like, oh, I Come in Peace, there's like a few little Christmas things in the background. Nope, there's Christmas stuff throughout. There's a Christmas tree lot that gets blown up. There's a display with Santa that gets blown up. The city of LA gets blown up that has lights all over it. Lots of blowing up, a lot of explosions. Check this movie out. Even if you've seen it, probably like a long time ago, watch it again, and I think that you will appreciate all the stuff that you took for granted back in the day. I Come in Peace, aka Dark Angel. Check it out. It's available everywhere. It's on Tubi. Of course it is. It's a film that was made for Tubi. And I hope that you get a new appreciation of it just like I have. Now, here's a good question that I haven't asked yet because, I have my own answer, but I'm curious to know what yours is. What do you think makes a Christmas movie? And by make, I mean, can you label something that takes place during Christmas a Christmas movie, in your opinion? Does it need to have a particular trait to it? I mean, I'll give you my answer right away, and you can disagree with me if you want. If the film entirely takes place during Christmas, it is automatically a Christmas movie. If a film has one scene set during Christmas, not a Christmas movie. If there's a scene later in the film that reveals that what we've been seeing the entire time has been taking place during Christmas, but we were not aware, if I like the movie, it's a Christmas movie. Am I willing to break all these rules at any point if I want to show a movie in a Christmas movie marathon that's not really a Christmas movie? I will break those rules, but that is my usual guiding principle, and I'm curious to know, what do you consider Christmas movies? I was recently talking to my pal Mike Wood, who I do the Very Fine Comic Book podcast with, and he said this year, to just kind of limit the movies that they want to watch, Christmas needs to be in the description of the movie, whether it be on the back cover or a summary somewhere. Christmas needs to be present, even if it's in passing and doesn't have anything to do with the plot, for him to consider a Christmas movie that he will watch this season. I disagree with that because I love secret Christmas movies that are just taking place during Christmas and the whole movie could be anywhere else, but there's all this Christmas iconography around it. Just like I Come in Peace.